Hey guys, Caleb here, your Saturday host for Ftrealm. Before we jump into the week's topic, holy crap, I can't talk. I just want to give you an update on my vehicle situation because, as I told you guys last week, I was in a car accident, and I was wearing a sling. I am not wearing the sling. Today's the first day without the sling. I wore it for a little while, but it's been hurting my neck really bad, and my shoulder doesn't hurt. I saw an orthopedic. She was pretty sure it's just a really bad sprain. She gave me 2 days off work, plus, I don't work over the weekend, so I have 4 days to recover, and it seems to be working well. I have to go to physical therapy for a couple weeks to get my strength back because I haven't been using it for my shoulder for almost 2 weeks. I still have decent strength in it though, so that's good. So it turns out though my car's totaled. I actually yesterday went and got all my things out of it and said goodbye to Shark Boy because that's what I called him. He had like a little fin on the top. Really sad when I looked at the vehicle. It was actually a lot more damaged than I had realized when we crashed because it was dark and snowing, and it was pretty intense. Uh, Actually, pretty lucky to be alive. So, yeah, that's happening. And on a more positive note, I just turned in my name change papers yesterday. Also, a thing I did. So within the next 3 months, I will legally be Caleb. So I started testosterone like 2 years ago, so I've been dragging my feet. Whatever. That's in the process, and I'm really excited. So let's jump into this week's topic. I'm going to try and keep it a little lighter than everyone else. Um, so this week's topic is transgender suicide. So I want to talk to you guys about how we as a community, group of people, can do things to help others that don't feel like they're strong enough to make it through this, because this is a difficult thing to do, especially if you don't have a support group. So the first thing we need to do, and anyone who has attempted suicide or is thinking about it, you really need to find a support group, because if you can't talk to other people going through the same thing, you're gonna feel alone, and it's gonna make it a lot worse. Because when I first came out, even though my friends were very supportive, I kind of felt like a freak, and it is hard to feel like that. Uh, but luckily, I found a support group, and it wasn't even a local support group. It was on Tumblr, so they have great um, transgendered groups, and it helped a lot. I post on I think it's Fuck Yeah FTM is one of the bigger ones for trans masculine guys. I know there's also a Fuck Yeah MTF. I'm not sure how popular that is, but there's others out there. But I would post on there and get feedback or ask questions on there, and it worked a lot. So you know you guys really need to find a support group. And if you know people on YouTube, another place I found support. I didn't actually really directly talk with any of the guys. I used to watch just personal videos. Like Skylar, the Skylark. He I watched him from the beginning of his transition, and it really made me feel better about myself. So you can go on any type like social media sites. There's support groups. I'm on some support groups on Facebook now too. So really find support. I also think one of one of the big things right now is with Leela, and because she committed suicide and had her parents are forcing her to go through was it conversion therapy, and they're trying to make a law to make conversion therapy illegal, which is a great thing to do, but they're really only focusing on the conversion therapy. And I think as a group, a community, we need them to know that conversion therapy is not the only thing that is making us feel terrible, putting children at risk of wanting to commit suicide. Um, any type of negative, abusive behavior should not be tolerated from parents just because they feel uncomfortable. That is your child. Um, so I do think conversion therapy it should be illegal. I definitely agree with that. But I think within this bill or law that they're trying to get through, there needs to be more things that any type of abusive behavior, mental or physical, should not be tolerated from a parent or a guardian ever. Um, as a community, we need to, even if you feel like you can't do anything, you maybe just getting the word out to um, friends and family about what is going on. Maybe that could help educate. We need to educate people so that they don't treat us like we're different, weird, or freaks. We really need to educate people, and right now I'm working on trying to find groups in my area that I can help with things. I just got accepted into the Capital Region's um, transgender support group because I live in New York, so it's all stuff in the Albany area. I'm only about 45 minutes away from Albany, so I'm hoping on that page they'll be able to tell me when events are happening so that I can help out. Because it shouldn't take somebody dying for there to make a difference. It is a terrible thing that happened, and she is not the only one that's done this. It just hers was the first really big public one because of the way that she left her note was on Tumblr, and apparently she was pretty popular on Tumblr because within I think within 2 days of the incident happening, I stumbled upon that her actual suicide note. So it is tragic what happened to her and to everybody else who has lost their lives to suicide because of things, all types of things. So, guys, we really need to step up our game, and we need to be heard, and we need them to know that it is not okay to treat us the way they've been treating us. Now, with that being said, if any of you feel like you can't do this or have thoughts of suicide, feel free to contact me. You can try to get me on here on YouTube. Best way is probably through my Tumblr, which is thattransguy.tumblr.com. And anybody else on this channel will help you, and I'm sure anybody else in the community would be willing to help you. So if you have a connection with someone in the community, or really like how their transitioning is happening, whatever, please get a hold of someone and talk to them, and maybe they'll be able to help you. So, well, that's my 2 cents on this topic. Sorry, it's been such a heavy week for everyone, but yeah. So I guess that's it, and I will talk to you guys next week.